Try again.
So you said you wanted to play Heya.
Yeah.
See.
Like here.
Do you want to learn how to strum?
Yeah.
So that's what you like to do, right?
Yeah. So I do like this.
Yeah.
It's something that isn't really talked too much about in early childhood special education, but it's so important to look at how we can integrate STEM into early childhood.
To be honest, first time I heard STEM in like elementary school and middle school, but in early head start or early education, I never heard about it. So I don't think in early childhood there's a good understanding about implementing STEM.
There's not a whole lot of training for educators even today on what includes STEM.
One of my teachers, she offered doing a robotics one, but the school denied it. So if she did that, then yes, a lot of my friends would have started going to STEM. I know a lot of parents whose kids are very much interested, but I mean, we ourselves, we had that issue when he was interested, but we couldn't really take the time out and go do it all.
I used to think I was not good at math. A lot of people told me that math is really hard for people with Down syndrome, and I believe that.
For blind kids, a lot of the world is hearsay. You hear about the Batmobile, about the Millennium Falcon, or about a car. Nah, I can't do that. That's for sighted kids.
Learning how to adapt and how to not compare myself to how other people would do.
I got a lot of resistance from the teachers saying they can't engage in STEM, they're not going to experiment with things.
You can't blame the school because the schooling system is overwhelmed. You can't blame the parents because parents are trying their best. So
because there's so much that they have to do in a relatively short period of time, sometimes the system's not set up to have them just explore something of interest. The children with disabilities who don't really have a lot of opportunities to explore their interests or really problem solve or, engage with materials that are more open-ended.
Kids are I've seen that they get averse to it because they're like, that's too much of work on my end. They are not exposed to the fun that you could get out of it.
It's important that we don't reserve STEM learning.
Technology played a big part in my ability to make up for my physical disability. That model of education really let me grow and figure out where I wanted to be.
If you have goals that look at literacy, and if you have goals that look at, developing, friendships or social interactions, this actually can really be a very powerful vehicle.
A lot of the kids with disabilities are visual learners like me, so STEM is perfect.
They always active, they want to move, discover, and science in everywhere. When we go outside, they learn about science, like seasons and how the trees, like leaves, are changing colors, and watching the animals, temperature. There's the 5 sense games or play. Yellow is red with orange. So this also science, mix colors together to get another color, like a magic.
I make space for their experience and let it exist within the curriculum, not as a separate part.
When I taught, that was very much true for me, that I wanted the activities we did to be relevant to kids' interests in their home life.
One of my favorites are Legos.
Guess what?
What?
Caddy virus.
Oh. Catty virus?
Oh,
we have to go cat quarantine now?
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Legos are nice because they give a little bit of the kind of fine motor practice and enable us to kind of talk about it and use some of the language that I want her to, positional words and prepositions.
With the understanding of how her hearing works and trying to explain to her about sound waves and about, how for her it's being processed by a machine. She can then explain that to her peers that, she wears these to hear.
It's so critical for all children, whether they have disabilities or not, to be able to explore and create and really think about how they make meaning and how they learn.
You get historical context, you get scientific context, and I think you also get social context.
One of the biggest lessons is teamwork.
Alex learns from all the other kids. All the kids and the teachers even learn a lot from Alex too.
Yeah, I mean, she has bilateral cochlear implants, so for her language development, it was really important for her to be around a lot of kids that were really talkative.
We can raise the expectations, for the kids with disabilities.
Mix around with the special needs kids and help them around.
Yeah.
Kind of not making them feel like they are different or you're different. That whole thing, they were trying to break up that barrier. Because tomorrow when they go to work, you are going to see these kind of people working with you.
It teaches everyone to work together and solve problems together.
Incorporating STEM was really this vehicle that drove this social emotional development.
It really empowered me that I would be able to, keep up with a neurotypical student.
He came home after school and he would just talk nonstop.
I almost reverse engineer the lesson. So at the end I said, everything you did is the quality of a good scientist. And they're like, I'm already a scientist.
When something's like just difficult enough for us to want to keep trying until we get it, keep working on it. Same goes for emotional regulation. A lot of kids with disabilities are going to have to endure a little more frustration achieving things sometimes. What can you say? Okay.
Because I think this was presented as part of the natural process of creating solutions, how little frustration we saw across the board was pretty shocking.
If I mess up, just keep trying.
It's okay if something breaks, we learn. It's okay if something doesn't work that we think will. We're gonna try something new.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, what happens if your bridge breaks?
Do it again.
You build it again. That's right. You keep trying.
One of my students made a big error and she screamed. She was like, Diana, get over here. Look, look, look. I failed and it's awesome.
Uh-oh, I knocked the Lego over. What should I do?
I think you can pick it up.
I can't pick it up.
And everyone stopped and we all ran over to see and we were like, that is so cool.
You see it? You bonk your head a little bit. I like how you just laughed that off. That was a bonk. Hey, fist bump for laughing it off. You can't decide whether you're upset or not.
And then we all high-fived. We were like, yes to failure. Woo!
The time that I feel the most, empowered and confident is when I'm able to achieve a task or a challenge that may not have been easy.
He just needed a little bit of extra TLC and some social thinking just to get him through some communication.
Beginnings of leadership and these beginnings of creating a child with a very solid self-esteem.
It has to be a cultural change.
Sometimes as early childhood teachers and parents and caregivers, we try to make things too easy for kids and we don't want them to be frustrated. But learning to tolerate a little bit of it is really good for them.
Even with very young people, I've found that they're quite capable. The name of the game is presumption of competence.
I want all of my teachers to know that I have only one disability, but I have many, many amazing abilities.
Because of those teachers that he had, he's going to become the next CEO of a great business. And with those teachers, they should earn more money because of that.
A big part of my getting into technology was being forced. They were always like, no, yeah, you gotta keep going. They were not afraid to ask me what I needed.
It's okay. We can try different things. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. And, so that's how we've been able to do it, with that honest, trusting relationship with the school district.
Sending the kids home with more papers than they should have. That's one thing. That's one big thing.
He's saying that because he's got a ton of homework right now to do, so that's why.
There are going to be challenges, but I can meet them.
I was really proud of myself.
We're fixing stuff.
It's something I made.
Her language expanded exponentially?
When I started learning about the neurodifferences of my own child is when I kind of became into an understanding of my own neurodifferences.
We've been able to develop our skill sets and also find sustainable paid employment for these guys.
I applied to 9 colleges and got into 8. I am a software engineer at Microsoft.
I thought I could be an engineer. It's a debate between mechanical and biomedical.
I can speak, read, and write in 2 languages. I can solve complex problems in math. And also, I'm proud that I'm such a nice kid.
And be a teacher. I'm probably going to be a vet.
As long as I'm working with technology, I'll be happy.
What you do right now is actually, it's almost like deciding a direction for this particular child. That's a big responsibility,
It starts now, and it starts in early childhood.
The younger you get, I know more of the impact it will have.
It really truly starts from the beginning.
Because all kids can learn.
Help people understand how amazing these neurodifferent human beings are and what they're capable of.
You don't know what you're good at until you try it.
When you fail, never give up.
I can do whatever I put my mind to.
How about you, Alex? Are you good?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay.